What is happening, fishers? Dean from Untraceable Fishing here once again tonight with Don from Bull Moria Fishing Tackle. And welcome to Tackle Tuesday. So this evening, guys, Don, I see we have the proudly American brand Berkeley on the table. They have a vast variety of things: rods, braid, tools, soft plastics, jig heads. I see all sorts of weird and wonderful things here. Should we start looking at what line they have to offer us?
Is Berkeley American?
It is American, 100% American.
1937. I thought it was a UK brand. So
no, 1937. I did some research today to keep it a bit clever for you guys. The guy's name was Berkley Venom.
Yeah.
He started making flies in 1937 out of his parents' basement.
Yeah.
And soon he had all the local girls. He must have been a handsome oak. He had all the local girls helping him make flies. And that's where he kicked off on. Yeah,
for sure. Okay, so yeah, Berkeley, I think very much a brand most anglers know.
100%.
And they make an incredible range from accessories all the way through to rods and that. And should we take a dive in? I see we've got some nice tools there.
Yeah, let's have a look at the tools first.
Yeah,
okay, let's pick up I see a little split ring pliers there. Quite a nice heavy duty.
Yeah, I think the
side cutter.
The go-to with Berkeley as a brand, like regardless of just look like you're well sorted. You know, corrosion resistant, nice little lanyard that's elasticized and that. Just a very well sorted quality product.
I think I've definitely thought out the process of what they're providing us with.
And surprisingly not premium priced.
Yeah.
They're not the cheapest by any means. So this is not Jap junk, but it's a decent product at a realistic price.
And you're getting good quality stuff.
You're getting good quality stuff. So pretty much a brand you can trust. Certainly enjoy their tools. I like the finish on them as well. And then I think probably the largest thing is their braids. They've been famous for some of their braids have been the most famous braids in the South African and a lot of the international markets.
I know there's some guys that are not happy because some of their braids they don't make anymore, which they really, really enjoyed.
Yeah. I found the last roll of black velvet in our store.
I don't know where you found that.
I scratched very hard.
But there might be the one roll that's left probably in the world.
No, you might have wanted to in as well, but all heavy stuff, eh? And talk about it. Let's talk about
the black velvet.
The black velvet, for many guys, lure casters, 20-pound velvet was the go-to for yellowtail and that. This was the first. They didn't even call it a braid. They called it the first super line.
Correct.
And the idea, they wouldn't tell you how many strands was in it.
Yeah. It's a secret.
But it is heat fused Dyneema, and it is thin,
super strong,
and strong. Very expensive.
Yeah.
Most of us could never afford it even when it was available. But the guys who could were swearing by this stuff. The serious lure casters, black velvet was the go-to.
I know some guys now that have still got 8 to 10 rolls of the stuck away in their cupboard because they heard it's not going to be available for much longer, so they bought for the future.
And like a lot of the modern Dyneema braids, it doesn't fade. But the reason as to why it discontinued is actually quite a fun thing.
Bit of a folk tale.
Yeah, some guys say the factory burned down. But if you look at sales in America, and it wasn't the most popular braid there. And I think it's quite a hard braid, and I think the guys fishing the bass type setups on the little
but too stiff for them on their bait casters.
Didn't go lack on the bait casters. So it was very popular in South Africa and sorely missed.
Yeah.
Then the other one, which is a famous one as well.
Whiplash 8.
The initial Whiplash was
just Whiplash.
Was the go-to backing. It is the thinnest, strongest. A lot of the guys on the multipliers used to call it Whiplash in the back. 600 meters or 1,000 meters of Whiplash. Then you put your top shot of mono.
Yeah.
That is the go-to. It is the thinnest, strongest.
0.28 at 103-pound braid. That is ridiculously thin for that strength.
I do feel they squeeze vernier a smidgen.
Jeez, bro.
But they are super strong and pretty much thin. Yeah. So Whiplash 8 is kind of still available in some of the braiding strains. And certainly a lot of guys are still going to it. But then they've got some new ones in the market as well.
The new boys. The X9. Braid finesse.
Okay, X9. And there's also a little X6, I think it is.
Correct.
Which is a 6-strand. X9 here being a 9-strand.
Perfectly round braid.
Perfectly round. Feels fairly supple compared to some.
It's quite nice and soft, yeah.
I know one and two of the bigger non-edge shark boys love this stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of like you, I looked at the price tag and I went,
it is the US dollar South African exchange rate is hurting us a bit on this one.
I could buy a top quality other braid in 1,000 meters for that price.
Yeah.
So it's the The exchange rate nails us there.
Yeah, that's what's hitting us there.
And I think it's one of the braids that's actually made in the USA. There we go. Kind of that's why it's not the cheapest. Eh?
Salt Lake, Iowa City. Well, that's where it originated from. I don't know if it's still made there.
I don't know.
Somewhere. I don't even know where it is.
Spirit Lake.
Sorry, you're quite right. Spirit Lake. I remember.
Okay. So, yeah, decent stuff. Brilliant stuff. If you're in the budget for a supple, strong 9-strand braid and money's no object, I'd certainly suggest giving it a whirl. It is one of the world's premium braids. I noticed the guys in America, when they test it, they love the stuff. Yeah. But I think it's just beyond most rock and surf anglers.
I think more for the lure casting guys and things like that.
Yeah, lure casting, I think it might be warranted plus.
And then I see how they do their fluoro shields. Fluorocarbon infused copolymer.
Okay, what does that mean? Come on.
Copolymer will mean, so if it's it'll be made with more than one different type of nylon or fluorocarbons. It'll be a mixture of two different sort of chemicals.
It's just a nylon, eh?
Is it? Okay.
Your Arity and your Maxima are also copolymers.
Yes.
So is your double X.
Great.
It literally means they're not made of long strands or molecules.
Okay.
The molecules are all kind of jumbled up.
Mixed up together.
Copolymer.
Okay.
100%. And the idea is, as you get nicks in that, you don't get little frayed edges coming off as
tearing
much.
In long strands. Makes sense.
So it keeps its abrasion.
Yeah.
Kind of like some of the other ones, this is now fluorocarbon coated.
Okay.
So it hasn't got that horrible hardness of the fluorocarbon, which can be a bummer to tie knots in that.
Yeah.
But it should give you a similar abrasion resistance. And decent stuff.
Yeah.
Not stupidly
priced. Not too bad looking at this.
It's also 300 yards as well. So you're getting a fair bit of
280 meters. So
the finesse angler looking for a decent quality leader, particularly the freshwater or river market, certainly one I'd shortlist and have a look at. So good stuff. I see they do a range of hooks as well.
I see two different. I see like a fusion range and essential range. What are the differences there?
They do quite a selection.
Yeah.
We haven't got the full range in front of us here, but some of the guys love their circles. Some of them are budget oriented.
Yeah.
So
I think the essential range is more a bit more friendly on the pocket.
They are, but they've got some good stuff here. I mean, the power swivel, a nice 2.0 power swivel, 165-pound test. And knowing Berkeley, they would have tested that.
That is super strong for it. That's
and $20.
Yeah, not badly priced at all.
Nothing wrong with that.
And I've used some of the essential hooks over the years.
What I do like about them is you get some different shapes. Like that's got a lovely long
super long shank.
So for the shad boys,
this is the one. This is definitely the one.
Quite small for a 5.0 though.
Yeah.
So you got your sizing, and you only get 3 in a pack, but it's also less than $20.
Yeah, so, not bad at all.
So got some realistic products. Known as being sharp, but I wouldn't necessarily say the strongest hooks in the market.
No. They're super sharp. These things hook into rock bait, second to none. Yeah. But I won't say the super strongest.
But they're not a go-to muscle crate tool, in other words.
They'll bend over.
And then the fusions, you've got some very interesting designs there. Berkeley is very known for the innovation. They do a lot of product development in that, and often copied. Okay, so they are, to the best of my knowledge, this is a good drop shot hook.
Yeah.
To the best of my knowledge, it's the only one besides the made-up ones we get, the smaller project, that has the spring built in. And they've got the lead inserted here.
The belly for the belly down effect.
Developed nicely. Slick coating for better penetration so it doesn't damage your bait. Tech, guys. And
something else I've thought about, that's a little container you can actually keep your hooks in. I actually didn't know that. It's a little storage unit.
Little tubby.
I saw that yesterday.
Okay, but the only thing is, again, they're starting into that 130 Rand
in market,
130 Rand for 3 hooks. 4 hooks is getting a little...
I reckon for bass fishing and things like that, happy days, but I don't know if I want to throw that into the bricks.
Yeah, in the bricks I go a little skeptical on that. So, they also do some nice little jig hits. Little Berkeley power jigs are wonderfully sharp, nice longer shaft than some, and good products. Again, they're smidgen pricey. So in the river, sandy type environment, certainly one I'd happy days with. And then your favorite, you don't know what about Dangles and
the old Dingle. I was quite surprised that an American company is going to say Dingle Dangles. Obviously,
but you must remember saying that
it's made for the South African market.
Yeah, Berkeley. There's also Berkeley South Africa. So we're not just talking about Berkeley America. You'll actually see on the packaging there, I'm sure they say South African developed.
So anyway, guys, I've got a made in China.
Made in China, there we go.
As what everything is.
From the New Zealand subsidiary, so there we go. Some international tie-ins there.
Well, guys, they make very good quality dangles, I can tell you that. There's a lot of thought process. Normally the ones you buy in the shop just have a little block of foam sort of stitched onto it. These guys have really gone the extra mile. Put the little beads on, the nice little heat shrink.
The heavy one, double bead them.
Very neatly made. And then available in a wide variety of shapes and sizes to suit your your bait presentation needs.
It feels like quite a high density.
No, it's a really good foam. So it's going to have good flotation on it.
Yeah.
I've used their Dangles. They work beautifully. They are very well thought out and designed.
And semi-realistically priced.
Not too bad. You don't throw them away too often.
Not out of kilter price-wise. Then there's soft plastics.
Listen, that's, I think, one of the where they are the world leaders and industry innovators with that.
I think camo worms were the first soft plastics that a lot of rock and surf anglers ever thought about throwing.
Yeah, and they worked, eh?
They work. They still work.
Listen, I can tell you days that I put this out on a hook and I caught fish without even using it as a lure. I'm using it as bait.
No, that's kind of the way you fish.
You fish with it, you just leave. Jig it.
I know the guys fishing the Breeder River in particular, they spot a grunter. They love to put a small lead on and let it bounce on the bottom and the spotties grab that. The only problem I've had is
the drying out.
No, the small fish like it as much as the big ones.
No, they smash it to
pieces. So you catch a little blacktail like at cost for cost, and it's like, £5.
Yeah,
£5. And before you know, it's cost you a fortune, and you maybe haven't got a decent fish.
And it's one thing you need to put back in the packet after you use it, because if you leave it on your jig head, the next time you use it,
it's dry and
stiff and dry.
Yeah, they got the super sauce. Basically, they're soft plastics that are infused with a smell that is highly attractive. So they're a bait, and with up to 400 times. Let me read some of the blurb.
Yeah,
up to 400 times more scent dispersion. Yeah. So I know in Australia when they square their paddle tails and drop shot and that, they put these sprays and hot sauces and hot sauces on. This is kind of the originator.
It's almost impregnated into it.
And all sorts of weird stuff like crabs
and they've got paddle tails and
they do a lot of soft plastics with this stuff. And it's interesting development of product, I think, because they never stop.
Yeah,
always developing. Then they also bring out some
hard plastics,
some really nice.
It's like a skitter bait sort of something like that.
It's a floating, so I imagine kind of like a walk the dog type action.
Thing,
nicely finished, eh? Berkeley, decent. They don't say the brand of hook, but it's a decent 3X hook. And not a bad product. I've thrown one or two of them. They swim really well. Easy walk the dog action. Not the very cheapest in the market, but certainly not wackily priced.
Correct.
And then the freshwater market, Berkeley is quite strong in.
No, they do a lot of
bass lures.
This one's running through the catalog. They've got thousands.
This one's quite an interesting one. Have you seen? There's a bigger version that I fish with on YouTube. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen that.
There's like in Europe. I forget the names of the rivers. And I think it's called a whopper plopper.
Yeah.
Because on top.
Okay.
As you're
reading, the tail spins.
And there's these monster
spark and whatever.
No, catfish.
Catfish.
Barbel.
Oh, really?
Monster barbel, clapper oaks, and it's like insane fishing.
Oh, that's quite cool.
This is kind of the same action, but in a more realistic size
fish.
So as you wind, you got to prepare
the tail spinning on the top, making a bit of noise.
Massive noise. Interesting lure. Oh, you got some bigger fusions.
Yeah, there's some bigger. There's some like
we missed these boys.
These are like some saltwater hooks there of death. Those look like a very decent hook.
Pretty decent.
No, that looks like a solid hook.
Yeah, pretty decent. Look good.
Yeah, they are. They're not cheap, guys.
I know one or two of the shark guys.
Yeah,
love these.
No, listen, that thing looks super strong.
It's got quite a reputation.
For the right aspect of fishing, I definitely think it's worth its money.
Yeah.
And then
they're very well known for their backtails.
Yeah, their backtails are super good quality, guys. Super good quality backtails.
You can maybe grab one, I'll grab one.
Yeah.
What I dig about their backtails, guys, is they're one of the very few brands with two hooks, two tying on points.
Yeah.
The idea is if you're trolling in a boat or you're fishing fairly shallow water, you then fasten to the front one.
Yeah.
So you're going for more flat angle retrieve.
Top.
But if you say trolling slowly in a boat or in a river,
it's a bit more vertical,
and you're looking more for just a lift drop type, you fasten to the top. What I also find they're very well dressed. They don't have too much tail.
No.
Some of the ones you find your tail quality gets very fuzzy off. Like 5 or 6 outings and the tail looks like Barbie's hair.
Correct.
Doesn't look too good anymore. Needs some conditioner or something like that. And again, not the very cheapest options, but
a solidly made bucktail.
A quality product and a decent quality hook.
Yeah.
Certainly worthy of that gulp name.
And Fusion, I see it's got the Fusion brand on it as well.
So yeah, highly recommended there. And then we're going to start off on the little oaks there.
Yeah, let's have a look here. So I think that's a little lightning rod. It looks like something I fished with bass fishing years ago. The lightning stick, I think they used to be called. There it is.
Yeah,
the lightning rod.
The lightning rod. You know, the funny thing is, a lot of anglers arrive here are looking for a little rod for grunter in the rivers.
Yeah.
And I must admit, we've got a few of these left. This is the original one. And I must have sold dozens of these. Dozens and dozens of these.
A little flick with it earlier.
They're not the very strongest.
Yes.
This is not the kind of, winch out of 10 kg cob. This is a finesse rod.
Yeah, you're going to play the fish with.
And
work for
what I like about it, though, it's got I think, what do they call it? Multi-modular carbon.
Yeah.
But it was one of the very first rods under $1,000 that had a carbon that conducted everything to you.
It's great, yeah.
It's got that sensitive
that feedback.
A light, solid feedback, beautiful.
Soft cork grips. They're high, good quality cork on that.
I must have been a bit of a budget reel seat, but and kind of a freshwater rod that can do really well in salt as well.
Yeah.
And their guides were decent. And these retailed for about 800 odd rand.
Yeah.
Below them, that little cherry wood, which they still do,
that's
I think.
A beaut rod, eh?
Cherry wood's a famous little rod. It's a budget little rod.
Yeah.
It's a famous budget rod. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they certainly make some stunning rods. But then they've also gone in some different directions in recent times.
They've got a bit more high-techy and Star Trek-y.
This is the Lightning Shock.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they still do the original Lightning, hopefully. But this is the Lightning Shock or G-Shock.
Yeah.
And I'm way less of a fan. I don't know why. Like the clear reel seat there it looks to me cheap.
It's just they're taken away from that classic look, I think.
And even the blank and the feel has gone cheaper. It's the tautness of the carbon's gone, and they've gone more expensive. I understand production of sometimes like a rod like this gets to a point in its life where it becomes too expensive.
Yeah, I don't think they could produce this rod at this price anymore.
Worldwide, I know cork's become a major issue.
Correct.
You can't find cork at a reasonable price,
especially not quality cork like this.
So that's kind of why sometimes some of these legendary products die an early death.
Yes, yeah.
But these they also do rock and surf range as well.
I've seen that, yeah.
Very similar fittings. I'm afraid to say, personally, not blown away by them. I think Berkeley has made some incredibly good rods over the years. I don't think this is one of them.
100%.
But let's look at one or two
of the
ones that you should
I've got two on the table that I would give all my teeth for.
I love the names though, dude. Like, I mean, come on, let's go for the full word. The Berkeley Tactic Venom Anaconda long. Now, do we going to hold it out or not? Do you want to hold it out?
Let's hold it out.
Go for it. Okay. Now, guys, the Berkeley Anaconda came in two lengths. I think it was a 13.6 and the 15-foot.
Correct. I know the 15-foot, yeah.
But the 15-foot's the one that is massively popular.
100%.
First really lightweight carbon rod we saw in South Africa. It could cast exceptionally well. And it ran a 2 to 6 ounce recommended casting rate, guys. The quality of finish on this thing, Fuji winch, superbly finished rod.
Yeah, listen,
absolutely stunning.
There's one thing I've noticed on every Berkeley rod: their finishing is next level. Quality control is unbelievable. Look at that binding.
Quality of carbon, density of the EVA grip.
Berkeley rod.
Next level.
Yeah.
They say sensor grip in that. We're seeing this ridging happening in some modern designs now. This rod was way ahead of its time.
Correct.
Incredibly good. Good quality guides, solid, hold some monster fish on them, could cast exceptionally well.
I think this rod had a big impact on the spinning reel, the change from multiplied spinning reel.
Yes, this is one of the first successful high-end
spinning reel rods.
Rock and surf spinning rods,
correct.
For sure. But there's one thing missing, Oaks.
Didn't come fitted with the bionic finger in its days.
Didn't come fitted with the bionic finger. And it's one of the things that Berkeley, they have exceptional products, but they kind of haven't been pushing they develop it early on, and I'm hoping in the next year or 2 or 3 we see a new revitalizing of the Venom range, because there's nothing wrong with the blank.
No,
I think
it's unbelievably strong.
The blanks are exceptional. They're actually surprisingly good value even, compared to the opposition. But just the technology hasn't quite. But little things, look how short that
butt is.
That butt's nicely made.
Even I saw check at this little detail into the grip. Where did I see it here? Look at that for a finish.
Yeah, Berkeley engraving.
Yeah, no, it's
even there engraved in. I mean, they've
really taken their time and thought into it.
And what I like about them, not just a big plunk
on the end. Yeah, it's
nice tapered down. They are stunning rods. Yeah. The one we haven't got, I was chatting to a customer this last week, and that is your big boy, the Medusa.
Yes, that's the 16 foot. I think is something close to that, eh?
No, 15 foot. 15 foot, but it's a 7 to 9 ounce that he's talking about.
Yeah.
Now that 7 to 9 ounce has got a massive reputation.
Yes. Yeah.
The guys going for those big black rays and that, they love those things.
Correct.
They're heavy, they're solid, but they're strong.
Correct.
And for the guy who, a lot of heavy rods tend to be a little bit, maybe let's use carp-like.
Soft on the front, soft,
not carp-like. It's made for
very fast action.
It's made for the oak with a bit of beef, and if you got the beef for it, they can pull really hard, really well. So not necessarily a lightweight angler. No,
I wouldn't like to pull. That'd probably be too much for me.
You need to join the 100 kg club too.
Yeah, no, 2 of me.
But then again, they do some drop shot rods.
Now we're talking
low casting rods.
Another rod from our fight size.
And like, I must admit, one of my mates goes to fishing sometimes, and he makes my tongue drool on these rods.
Yeah.
Again, Protectic. I love the
Protectic.
Name. Whoever thought of these names?
Some clever. They marketing sense.
I love the Venom name though. That's cool. That's a nice thing. And all the snakes and they're
all named after a snake of sorts.
American snakes.
Yeah.
Not South African snakes.
Yeah, we're not getting into boomslang.
There are no boomslangs, yeah. The very first one that is massively popular was the Berkeley Air.
Correct.
A lot of guys still rave over those. They've rebuilt them over and over again.
Very light rod as well.
These are, you're going to Mozambique and you're looking for GT off the shore and you're trying to cast as far as you can all day long for 4 or 5 days weapons on end.
Yeah.
There are very few finer tools in these rods. Again, the whole sensor grip thing they talk about, beautifully tapered. Graphite winch.
Yeah, it's a proper winch on there.
Everything made to be as light as possible. And guys, blank strength and that exceptional, casting ability exceptional, minimal weight as well.
Yeah.
So it's the kind of you can cast for hours on end, minimal fatigue.
This is the cotton mouth we're busy looking at.
And odd lengths, like this is a 10-foot 4.
Yeah.
And it's a super heavy, rated 2 to 6 ounce, dude.
Yeah. For a 10-foot 4. That's quite impressive.
I mean, seriously, let's plonk him together and get excited.
How easy does that last?
Oh,
just putting the rod together feels like
you can feel the quality.
No, you can feel it straight away. You can feel it straight away.
I mean, seriously, how many 10-foot 4s can throw a 2 to 6 ounce?
But it doesn't. Yes,
and
exactly.
weigh nothing.
It feels like it's a 1 to 3 ounce rod there in your hand.
This thing feels lighter than Archipelago, dude.
Yeah, that's a really good rod.
Beef galore. Not cheap though.
No,
I think the only Achilles heel on them, and sadly, some of these rods are now becoming discontinued because. Sadly, I think this volume of sales has been fairly low. But they've always been hovering around that 5,000 rand mark. So they're not a cheap range. But if you are the type of angler who is doing a trip to Gabon or going up to Mozambique or Angola and you're wanting to throw all lures from plugs to poppers to soft plastics and that, I would certainly shortlist this range. While stocks last.
And then one more that we have on this, the Diamondback.
The Diamondback.
12-foot. Think of similar sort of rod, but it's 12, the longer rod.
Also extra, pretty much most of the range, it's extra heavy. That's what they specialize in.
Shore-based game fish spinning. So
okay, blah, blah, blah. Only a 1 to 4 ounce though.
Yeah,
that's a light baby compared to the other one. 1 to 4 ounce. Again, air technology, like we mentioned, the Berkeley Air was the original one. You joined this one to get excited about it.
Okay, let's have a look here. So obviously,
you recommend 15 to 50 pound.
Being a 12-foot is going to be a bit of a lighter action rod because. You don't want to be putting plugs on a 12-foot rod. So
look, a 1 to 4 ounce, you're pushing distance here.
Yeah, so now you're
throwing more. 10-foot 4, you're putting power.
Power, yeah.
That is nice.
It's if you guys, the feedback's unbelievable, and also just the way the rod settles down quickly. After a shake, it's back into position in one shake, which is a very good telltale of a rod.
Yeah, if I was going to throw lure all day long, and my pockets were deep, this would be pretty much at the top of my shopping list.
How light is this thing for a 12-foot, though?
It's absolutely
nothing. I don't think it weighs much more than that 10-foot 6.
I prefer the 10-6 though. It's got a better feel.
Really?
Yeah, no. I'd cast the 10-6 further.
There's only one way you'd actually know is you'd have to have both and go fish with them both.
No, that'd be a good excuse.
No.
I'm sure my wife would love that.
Yeah.
But beautifully put together. I see super reinforced around the joint as well. Single foot guides. You know what, guys? A wonderful range of rods. So if you own a Berkeley Venom of any description, I think hopefully you're a happy angler. And give us your feedback. Do you enjoy your rod? What have you caught in it?
Yeah.
I know across the range, some of the guys I remember Andrew used to love his 12 foots and try and catch out near sharks.
11-foot Sierras and things.
These rods have got a reputation for pulling fish way beyond their class. Even the anacondas.
Yeah.
The guys have caught some really big sharks in those anacondas. And it's only up to a 6-ounce rod. So certainly got a massive reputation. I hope that we see the Venom range
reintroducing,
modernizing, getting bionic fingers, maybe some three-piece options in the low casting ones. Options. And because I think travel is the key thing. And guys, we love Berkeley. I mean, it's a product we can't all afford. But something, it's nice to know it's there.
But you always got to have that one thing that's almost unobtainable that maybe one day you will obtain. So you got to have it in front of you.
Look, when your pension comes out and pays that, I wish I could go shopping.
You just be a little bit irresponsible.
Or win a trip to Mozambique to go fishing for 2 weeks. Maybe you're going to excuse to spend something. But guys, awesome product. I love the Berkeley range, and let's hope we continue to see many good quality products, premium products for a long time from them.
Okay, anyway, guys, thanks for joining us this evening. I think it's a quick divulge into the world of Berkeley. They have millions of products. You can see them all online, or go onto Bullmoria's website and have a look at all these products and other products they have available.
And there's new stuff all the time from them. That's what I dig as well.
Very innovative.
So often new stuff.
One thing you can take out of this, if you see the name Berkeley, you know you're buying quality. You're not getting rubbish. So that's probably the highlight of the whole thing.
Yeah,
buy Berkeley, you know you're not going wrong. There's no second guessing. Take it off the shelf and pay for it. And
it's got a stamp of authority.
Correct. So anyway, guys, thanks for joining us this week. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, have a look and subscribe to Untraceable Fishing on YouTube. Go visit Bull Moria on their website and have a look at their Facebook page. Give them a like. Follow them. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us. Dean from Untraceable Fishing and Don from Bull Moria Fishing Tackle. Until next week, thanks for joining us for Tackle Tuesday.
Cheers.